to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie. Today's video is going to be all about body confidence, body positivity, how I've learned to love myself, how I've learned to accept myself, and to kind of give you guys tips, I don't want to say tricks, but like tips and stuff like that to make you guys feel hopefully the same about your body and about yourself as I feel about mine. Hopefully even more than how I feel about mine as well. Just to let you guys know at the start, I am probably like a UK 14 to 16. I've been bigger and I've been smaller, I've been happier and I've been sadder. That's kind of like my size at the moment. So I'm just gonna basically kick into this. I have notes, so I'm just gonna get those up, because otherwise this video will just be a lot of rambling. I mean, it's probably going to be rambling anyway, because you guys who know me know that. So I just want to touch on, I have always kind of been a bigger girl naturally. My dad was like 6'3", 6'4", and he was he wasn't like massive, but he was definitely like a bigger guy. He obviously was tall and he carried his weight. To me, he just carried his weight very, very, very well, and I think obviously his height helped that as well. I'm around 5'7", 5'8", by the way, so I'm quite a tall girl myself. My mum was very short. I'm not really sure of what her body type was like. Maybe she was like a UK 12, 14, but she was very, very, very short. So I definitely think that I took after my dad's genes, and I think my brother took after my mum's genes. I've got very wide hips, I've got a very small waist, I've got a big bust, so I'm very a voluptuous woman. But yeah, all through my childhood I was a big kid anyway. I was wearing bras when I was like 7 years old, 8 years old, because my boobs came in straight away. Like I said, my mum had really, really big boobs as well, as do I naturally. I was always a big kid, and it was never ever an issue outside of school. There was never any kind of like indication that I was like an overweight child. I knew that I looked different to my friends, but that was mainly for other reasons. I went to a predominantly black and Asian school, primary school and secondary school, so I mainly looked different because I was a tall white fat kid. Basically is the best way to describe it. Even the kids in my year, I was taller than them, so I stuck out like a sore thumb regardless of weight and whatnot. But then in school, that's when it kind of was like a really big issue. I would get bullied. I got bullied straight away from like reception straight away till year 11. I was picked on, I was called names, I hated myself, I hated my body because of that. I had a lot going on at home. But yeah, that's what it was kind of like growing up. I still remember to this day the first time I ever saw a stretch mark, because I didn't even know what it really was. I didn't have a woman figure in my life, and I didn't really want to speak to my dad about it. It sounds really weird. I was on the toilet, I turned around and I saw the back of me kind of had these stretch marks. I didn't really think too much of it. I was a bit like, what is this? Because I was unsure, and I always remember that, and that's just something that's kind of like, they're still there now. I still have them. But yeah, so I was always aware that I was a bigger child, but it was never really an issue outside of school. It was just the kids at school. I was just like, they're gonna pick on me about something because I had spotty skin, I was tall, I was white, and I was fat. Like, I was just completely different to all the other kids. So yeah, and then in primary school as well, there was another girl at school who told me she did this, and then I tried it myself. I put an iron on my stomach, a hot iron, to burn my fat away, to hope that the people would not bully me anymore. Obviously it didn't work, and I do not condone that. Please do not try that at home, please. But that is something that I tried as well, just to kind of make that change me. To this day, I can't swim. I've never learned how to swim, because in all the swimming lessons I would forget my swimsuit, or I would forget my towel, or I would forget something that made me not do swimming, because the thought of wearing a swimming costume in front of these people who bullied me and made my life hell made me want to just not be in the world. And I still, throughout secondary school, I would never ever do. I never learned how to swim. I still can't swim to this day, and it's really sad because I love the water. Every time I go on holiday now, I'm just like sitting in the water and I'm just like, I want to swim, or I want to do something, and I just have to like paddle. So yeah, my weight played a part in the whole me not like not experiencing life, but like missing out on like a really, really vital life skill. So yeah, that's what it was like growing up. And then throughout college, I was at college for 3 years because I changed what I wanted to study. Every single day, okay, come rain, come snow, come hail, come sun, I wore a skirt. Every single day I wore a skirt and 2 pairs of tights and a pair of Spanx. Every single day. Honest to God, like, promise you, every single day. Because I wanted to it's so messed up the way that, like, I processed things. I was so unhappy with like my belly and my body and my face, and I know it was wrong looking back on it, and I don't know why for the life of me that I did it. I wanted to have my legs on show and wear short skirts and everything because I wanted attention and I wanted men to find me attractive, even though I was so insecure and so down on myself. And having like someone hunk at me that day would make me feel 1,000 times better. I looked for male validation at every single point I could. And there were times that I would, if I didn't get hunked at that day or if I didn't get chatted up, I would feel disgusting in myself and I would try and wear something else even more skimpy the next day. So messed up. Fuck me. It was always hard being the bigger friend, and this is another reason, and I'm never ever blame my friends, by the way, and not at all. Another reason why I would dress the way I did and always wear skirts and show my boobs is because it's really crap when you go out, whether it be like shopping with a friend or you go to like a club or something, and everyone else gets chatted up and not you. And again, that goes back to just wanting to be validated, wanting to know that someone else thinks you're pretty. And I thought I could only be pretty if my skin was on show, if my legs were on show, if my bust was on show, because I was always such a bigger kid and an adolescent and what have you. So that was like that. And I did that, like I said, for 3 years. Toward the end of college, I'd lost a lot of weight. I was still so insecure, but I was losing more weight. My body was changing. I wasn't as big. I was still quite big. I was probably like the size I am now. But I was so insecure still. And I was like, when I was like 18 then at this time, I was like 18, 19. And things were still like, I was still insecure. I was still crap. I still felt awful about myself. And I generally thought that everyone just felt like this about themselves. I thought everyone feels crap about themselves. There's no one that can love themselves, surely. I would never, ever see on a TV show, on films, in magazines, anything, with a bigger girl being idolized. And I remember the first time that it kind of like really registered to me that they did that was with Hairspray, the film with Zac Efron in. And I was actually just thinking, I was just like, this is like the one film that a bigger girl is kind of like the star in it, and she does really, really well in it, but it's a film that isn't really ever spoken about. I don't know if it's maybe like the circle that I was like surrounding myself with, but no one really ever spoke about that film. And it was like, I'm not saying you have to talk about it because there's a big girl in it, but for other bigger girls, it's nice to have a film that we can kind of be like, oh my god, like she looks like me, and like it's a film about her and what have you. So yeah, it was always like there was never really anyone that I could kind of like look up to or like aspire to be like. I moved to Manchester. It was the honest to God, it was the best decision for my life. It was the best decision for my body. It was the best decision for my mental health. It was the greatest thing I've ever done ever. There are so many ways in which I have learned just to take me as my person, as my inside, as my morals, as my ethics, as who I am, as opposed to what I look like. And I've had to do different things to just embrace the body I'm in. And there's different things like I would take time to look at myself and look at my body and know, no matter what, this body, this is the only body I'm gonna get, okay? So I can either spend my life hating it and not appreciating it and not finding out what it can do for me and what I can do for it. But I want to invest my time with my body and learn to love it and know it. I would look at myself, I would have like a shower or something, and I would just look at myself in the mirror and I would be naked And it would be weird. It's weird at first just standing there. And I would just look at myself and I'd be like, right, okay, this is me. That's okay. That's okay. That little roll there, she's alright. You know, my belly hangs out a bit. No problem. I've got some beautiful cellulite. I love it. I personally think cellulite is sexy, I'm not gonna lie. I love seeing those parts of my body because those are little bits of me. Like that's who I am, and that's more than okay for me. I look at myself and I'm just like, she kinda hot. She kinda hot. And this stuff does not happen overnight. When I first started to look at myself in the mirror, I'd be like, don't like this, don't like that, don't like this. And now I look at it and I'm just like, straight away, even if I feel like I'm in a down day or a bad day, I'll find one thing straight away that I like. Even if it's just, do you know what, I like how clear my skin is today and my body. Or, do you know what, I really like this beauty spot. I love that it's placed there. Or I'm really enjoying my calves today. Just something to start your observation or your look with yourself positively. When you go in straight away and you're just like, I hate this, I hate that, I hate that, there's no way your mind can change to become positive again. I would always say, like, touch your body as well, you know, in a sexual way unless you wanna. But just touch your skin. Like, I always just like touch my belly and I'm just like, oh, how was your cake the other day? How was the salad yesterday? Like, just be with your body and just know that, like, it's okay to fluctuate it. It's okay to go big. It's okay to go small. It's okay to stay how you are. Like, it's just your body, and it's just amazing what your body can do. Your body keeps you alive. I know your heart does, but like, your body and everything. Like, your skin is just like beautiful, and you are beautiful. You are stunning. You are so gorgeous. And it's so hard. This is things that I say to myself in the mirror. It's so hard for you to hear, and I know it is. It's hard. It was hard for me to hear it. Biggest thing that I will say, which I'm sure every single person who's ever spoke to anyone about body positivity, is to get rid of those things in your life and those people you follow who do not bring you happiness. Get rid of them. Don't even think twice. Don't think you're being selfish. Don't feel bad. You come first. Your mental health and the way you feel about yourself comes before anything. I don't care what anyone says. You come first, okay? As long as you're not being naughty and hurting people's. When I started my proper loving myself journey, I unfollowed so many people on Instagram. And at first I felt, I feel really bad, like, oh my God, they're gonna think I hate them. No, I need to be in my right space. And it sounds silly, but the second I followed Fashion Over Curve, this isn't affiliated or anything with them, my outlook changed so much because they were posting so many women who had a very similar body type to me, and I was like, these bitches are on fire. Follow. And that is on my feed now, basically, is women who are supposed to have similar body types to me, have achievable body types of mine, and who are posting and spreading body positivity. That's all I care about. That's all I care about is positivity on my feed. And what will happen is when you get rid of all the other people that you don't want and that you don't need on your gram, your explore page will filter that in. So I don't see people who I don't find what I want to follow. I'm not going to name names, that's just shady. I don't see them anymore. And I'm glad. I'm so glad, because there were so many years growing up that the only body that I would see, would be the typical kind of like Orange County body. And I'm not stereotyping, but that's pretty much all we would see growing up. And it was so unhealthy for me to obtain those goals and to think that that's what I could look like, because it's not. The biggest thing that I can tell you is just be realistic. There is no way that I can look like that. I am too tall. I naturally have humongous hips. I have thick ass thighs. I naturally have a smaller waist. I have big old boobies. I'm not going to look like them ever, unless it's surgery, in which case I don't want it. And I think that's the biggest thing, is like, now that I follow these people who have obtainable goals of mine and have similar bodies to mine, I feel so much better. I feel free. Honest to God, I just feel free. Like, I just feel like this is just gonna be me, and I can just like, oh, like the second that I just unfollowed all those people and I just brought positivity and I brought plus size people into my feed. You know when like you just take a bra off at the end of the day, or you unbutton your jeans after a big like meal and you just feel like, oh, that was me. That was me. I just felt like that. I felt like I found people I can relate to and I can like look up to, and it's just so much more healthier. Another thing is to stop comparing yourself to others. Oh my gosh, just be sexy and be you. Just love it. Love it. I'm literally here telling you, love yourself, please, because you are the most vital person in your life. You sound like a fucking owl. Find one thing to start with that you really like, and then the rest, it will follow. Even if you do, this is how I start with mine. It would be like a facade almost, and I would pretend that I'm confident, and I would pretend that I feel myself. So I would do things that are a little bit more out my comfort zone, and I'd dress a little bit different. I'd try a different top on. I'd wear different lingerie. I'd wear different styles of jeans. And you know what? Pretending all that time became real. Honest to God, it became real. I would pretend I was like, you know what, okay, I feel nice today, like, you know, I look cute. And after a while, it really becomes your reality, and it becomes like second nature, like you just do. You know you look good. It's telling yourself every day, like, you know what, I like my arms, I like my arms, I like my arms. And then after a while, you will like them, honestly, honest to God. And don't think that it's being fake, don't think it's being phony, don't think it's not being true, because if that's a way that you can learn to love yourself, do it. Talk about your body as if the stigma isn't there. Buy something that you feel really good in, whether it be a really good pair of jeans, whether it be some sexy luxury. Wear it for yourself, not for anyone else. Unless you're really feeling yourself, then you can go show everybody you want. But start off by just wearing it for yourself. Buy some really sexy lingerie that you feel good in, and just stand in the mirror and just look and pose. Take pictures if you want. Feel good. Stroke your body, stroke your stomach if that's your area, stroke your legs if that's your area. Embrace your sexiness, because it's there. It is there. You might not feel it now, but you'll feel it, and you'll come back and you'll say, Sophie, I'm sexy. And I'll be like, bitch, I know. I've been knowing. I adore just taking sexy pictures. I love it. I love it. Oh my God, I do it all the time. Tom doesn't get half of them. They just stay on my phone. Even if you just want to delete them straight away, that's fine. Just take them. Feel good. The biggest thing that I just want to drill home to you is this journey of loving yourself isn't overnight. Like I said, you won't wake up tomorrow and be like, I love everything about my body, bye, moving on, next thing. And you'll feel like that every single day. Absolutely not, unless, you know, you're some miracle worker, in which case you need to give me the tips. There are days that you, like I said, you have to take one item of your body, one area of your body, and just embrace that. Tell that you love it. Grow with that. There's parts of your body that you may still be insecure of. I still have insecurity. My arms are my insecurity. I'm still on my journey. I'm still loving myself. I'm still finding things that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I'm still working on that. My lower back fat, another area that I just cannot stand. Those two areas, my arms and my lower back fat. But I will learn to love it, because at one time my legs were my problem and I love them now. These strong ass things, oh my God, they carry me. They look sexy. My stomach, it hangs low. I don't care. So do my chains. It's just, it is what it is. And I've learned to love those areas. And I will learn to love my arms, and I will learn to love my lower back fat. Nothing happens overnight. Nothing. You don't become a millionaire overnight. Unless you go from like a pound off it, and then obviously. You don't lose weight overnight. You don't gain all your weight overnight. Nothing happens overnight. It takes time. Like I said, I'm still on my journey. Yesterday I had the worst day I've had in months. I could not stop crying. Tom didn't even know what to do with me. I was just crying. I was crying at everything. I hated myself. I hated the way I looked. I did not feel cute. I was taking pictures and I was like, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. And on days that I feel like that, I just had to take a step back and just say, do you know what, Soph? Today is not maybe an improvement day. Today is maybe just an embracement day, and I just have to embrace that I do feel down. I think the worst thing that people can do is just ignore that you're down. The second you embrace that you're down, you can move on faster. When you ignore that you're down, it's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse, and then one day you'll get to a big breaking point. I always embrace when I'm down, and I'm like, do you know what, let me just have an hour, let me have 2 hours, let me have a day, and I'll do whatever I want. I'll watch some films, I'll chill out, I'll take pictures and make myself feel good if I want, I'll put on the sexy lingerie if I want, I'll make a smoky eye if I want, or I'll just sit on the couch and do nothing like I did yesterday. I woke up this morning in a way better mood. Sometimes you just need to embrace that you're having a down day. And no journey is going to be easy, like I said. I have had to battle a lot of demons with my body and what have you, and now I'm still on my journey. Yesterday was a really, really bad day, and today's an amazing day. I feel sexy as shit today. Oh my god, you guys can't tell me nothing. I feel good, and I look good, and I know I do. I think a lot of it is like, my confidence is like me. I've always been funny. I always have been funny. I was voted class clown for the whole of secondary school. I've always been funny, and I've used that as like a mask, obviously. I think a lot of people who are humorous do that. And that has kind of helped me with my confidence. Is I started to feel confident when I was just being funny. And I would hope that if I was funny, people wouldn't look at my body, and they wouldn't look at me, and they wouldn't judge me, and they wouldn't say things about me. And I think this is again what I was going back to about the whole like facade thing, is like, I would be confident because I'm funny. And because I'm being confident and being funny and I'm putting myself out there, people can obviously see my body, and I'm like, right, let me just embrace it, like, okay, like my belly is fine, let me just keep telling jokes. And then knowing that people loved me when I was bigger and loved me when I was smaller makes me realise that people don't care. I mean, they don't give a crap if I'm a size 20 or what have you, or if I'm a size 4. I know that people love me for me, and I think because I am funny, I'm just like, this is a video of how can Sophie gas herself up even more. Being funny kind of just helped me feel confident in who I am inside, and this is what I was going back to about, you need to just learn to love yourself inside, and then what your body looks like, what size your body is, won't even matter at all. It won't even come into an equation. So much of it is that, especially with myself, is that I would think that I have to be a smaller size to love myself, and I have to be a smaller size for people to accept me. But you would be so surprised about the amount of people who, one, don't care, and two, if they do care, they can, you know what I mean? But it's not about the shape of your body, the size of your stomach, the size of your thighs. It's not at all. It's about how you feel about yourself, because that oozes out more than anything. Oh my gosh, the way you feel about yourself and feeling confident with yourself, no matter what your size is, that is what draws people. And that is the most sexiest trait someone can have, is confidence of themselves. That's it. I just want to say one more thing, and then I'm going to answer a couple of questions that I had. Please do never ever think that you're not worthy or you're not good enough because of the way that your body looks, okay? Don't do it. Because it is not worth it to spend your life, do you not understand this is your life? Like, you get to live and you get to be here and you get to see things and do things. Don't let something as small and insignificant as how your body looks stop you from ever doing things, okay? And I know that I'm a hypocrite for saying that, because I still can't swim to this day. And I know I'm a hypocrite, I'm saying that because I still hate my arms and I still hate my lower back fat. But I'm here to tell you that it's not worth it. It's not worth it to be sad. It's not worth it to be crying over your body. Your body is a temple, and it is amazing. The things that it can do, it carries you every single day. You cut yourself, your skin is there, your body is there to help you. You eat, you poop, you give birth. Your body is so incredible, and it does not need you to think bad of it because it's just a little bit bigger than some other people's. Or it's a little bit bigger than what you see on the gram or what have you. You are so freaking stunning, and your body does not define that at all. Your body doesn't make you any less of a person or any more of a person. And your body, if you're a big or a little or whoever, it doesn't mean you're any less beautiful at all. At all. That's it. let me just answer a couple of questions that you guys had on my Instagram. So I mentioned about the stretch marks and if there's anything I do about it. Like I said, I have stretch marks. I have stretch marks on my arms here. I have stretch marks on my lower back, and I have stretch marks on my legs, my thighs. I think I have them on the back of my calves as well. And no, I don't do anything about them. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I always refer back to this Cat Williams skit that he did, and he was like, stretch marks come from either you got big and you got small, or you were small and got big. That's like, stretch marks are just a part of life. Like, everyone's gonna have them at some point, and if they don't, that's great, and if they do, that's great as well. At first, my stretch marks scared me. Like I said, I didn't really understand them. I didn't know where they came from, but now I'm just kind of like, okay, my skin expanded a bit. Look how amazing it is. That the fact that my skin can expand, it's incredible. I know that a lot of people had them like a lot worse than I do. I don't know if there's surgery for it, if people even want to do that. I would just say, just see them as your body was able to do that. Your body was able to expand. It's incredible that your skin can do that for you. But like I said, like, they've never really fussed me too much. I know that they're there, but I never ever think about them. Like, I'm well aware I've got stretch marks, but when I wake up in the morning, I never think about them. Before that question, I don't remember the last time I thought about my stretch marks, so I just put them to the back of my mind. That's not what, it's not me. My stretch marks aren't who I am. Like, if I took away my stretch marks, I'm not gonna not be funny. I'm fucking hilarious, regardless of stretch marks or not. Regardless of being the smallest I was or the biggest I was, I'm hilarious. So there you go. I think I'm feeling myself a little bit too much today. Someone says that they have problems with being naked in front of their boyfriend, and any tips about feeling confidence on that. I was in the exact same boat. Tom saw me naked for the first time in 2018, maybe 19, so not that long ago at all. What I did was I did bits here and there. So I would like start to show my legs first, and I would always wear like a baggy top so that nothing was fitted, so that he still couldn't kind of like know too much, like see an image too much. He would just see my legs first, and I'd wear like a baggy top, and then I would do like vice versa, so I'd wear like joggers, and then like either like a bralette or my bra, and then at one point I was just like, right, I feel quite good in my body. This was like when I started to like love myself. I feel quite good in my body, and then before you knew it, I'm naked basically all the time. I'm either in like little short shorts, or what have you, and having your boyfriend or your partner, in this case it is the boyfriend, having them embrace you and them appreciate you and understand that that's a really big step for you helps a lot. He didn't see it as a nothing, if that makes sense. Like, this was like a really big deal for me, and I'm glad that he saw it the same. So just having them support you. I hope this video has kind of helped. If it hasn't, I'm sorry. I'm really unsure of what else to say, because I just think so much of it comes from within, and coming from within is so important, and it does take a while. Like I said, my journey's been like 2 years, maybe a little bit longer. So I hope you guys found this a little bit helpful. I love yous. I'm always here, and I will speak to you guys soon.